Welcome to a journey through the shadows of reality, where true events inspire the most chilling tales. We'll delve into the darkest corners of human experience, where fear is not just a feeling but a tangible presence. Brace yourself, for the stories we're about to uncover are not for the faint of heart. They are stories that will haunt your waking hours and seep into your dreams. Our first stop takes us to 112 Ocean Avenue, Amityville, New York, the site of the infamous Amityville Horror. In 1975, the Lutz family moved into this seemingly idyllic Dutch colonial, unaware of the horrors that awaited them. Just a year prior, the house had been the scene of a gruesome mass murder, leaving a stain of evil that permeated the very walls. From the moment they stepped inside, the Lutz family was bombarded by paranormal activity. The children claimed to see demonic figures, the father woke nightly to the chilling sensation of being watched, and the mother felt an oppressive darkness closing in on her. There were unexplained odors, swarms of flies in the dead of winter, and even levitating objects. One of the most disturbing accounts is that of George Lutz, the father, who claimed to wake up every night at 3:15 a.m. This was the exact time Ronald DeFeo Jr., the previous owner, had murdered his entire family. This chilling coincidence fueled the belief that the house was haunted by the victims, seeking revenge or perhaps reliving their horrifying final moments. The Lutz family's 28-day ordeal has become a cornerstone of American horror, inspiring countless books, documentaries and films. While some dismiss their story as a hoax, the sheer terror they described, the corroboration from some witnesses, and the undeniable darkness that hangs over the house continue to fuel the legend of the Amityville Horror. The question remains, what really happened inside 112 Ocean Avenue? Was it a case of mass hysteria, a clever fabrication, or did the Lutz family truly encounter something sinister, something that continues to lurk within those walls, waiting for its next victims? Our journey into the heart of darkness deepens as we venture into the quaint yet unsettling town of Harrisville, Rhode Island. Nestled within this eerie setting, the Perron family encountered a haunting so profound and terrifying, it would later inspire the spine-chilling horror film The Conjuring. In the year 1971, Roger and Carolyn Perron, along with their 5 daughters, embarked on what they hoped would be a peaceful new beginning in a charming old farmhouse. Unbeknownst to them, they were about to enter a decade-long nightmare filled with inexplicable and horrifying events. Almost immediately, the family was plunged into an onslaught of supernatural occurrences. Doors would slam shut without warning, ghostly whispers filled the night air, objects levitated or hurled across rooms by invisible forces, and an ever-present sense of malevolent watchers filled the atmosphere. As the supernatural events escalated, the Perron family's daily life spiraled into disarray and terror. The children were terrorized by a sinister entity they named Manny, who manifested as a shadowy figure with piercing, unnatural eyes that seemed to glow with a malevolent fire. Carolyn, the mother, was frequently targeted by violent spectral assaults, awakening often to find fresh, unexplainable wounds, bruises and scratches inflicted by an invisible, malevolent force. In their desperation, the Perrons sought out the expertise of famed paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. The Warrens, equipped with their deep faith and extensive experience in confronting the supernatural, validated the family's fears. Their home was a nexus of demonic presences, each entity more malevolent than the last. Adding to the horror, it was revealed that the farmhouse was erected on land cursed by a witch who, centuries ago, had sacrificed her own child in a dark pact with the devil, subsequently cursing the land with her dying breath. This sinister past, intertwined with the Perrons' harrowing encounters, transformed the Harrisville farmhouse into a significant study site for paranormal researchers and a magnet for those fascinated by the macabre. The documented experiences of the Perron family, meticulously recorded by the Warrens, serve as a grim testament to the enduring power of such dark places. Long after the Perrons' departure, The Harrisville farmhouse continues to be shrouded in whispered tales and legends, a haunting ground where the barrier between our world and the spectral realm is disturbingly permeable, allowing sinister forces to manifest. We've talked about haunted houses, places where evil lingers, but what happens when the evil doesn't reside in the walls, but in the hearts of those who live among us? This, my friends, is a different kind of horror. This is the story of Sylvia Likens. Imagine a 16-year-old girl full of life, entrusted to the care of a seemingly ordinary housewife, Gertrude Banishevsky. Sylvia and her sister Jenny, carnival kids deposited with Mrs. Banishevsky while their parents travelled. A simple arrangement, or so it seemed. But beneath the veneer of normalcy, a darkness festered. The idyllic facade of suburban life cracked, revealing a horrifying truth. Gertrude, fueled by her own demons, turned on Sylvia, unleashing a torrent of abuse that shocked even seasoned investigators. This wasn't a haunting, not in the traditional sense. This was a human monster, manipulating her own children, neighborhood kids, even Sylvia's sister, into participating in a campaign of torture that spiraled into unimaginable cruelty. Sylvia endured weeks of unimaginable suffering, beatings, starvation, burns, and unspeakable violations. Locked in the basement, her cries for help ignored, her pleas for mercy met with further brutality. This wasn't a ghost story, this was a story of human cruelty, of a darkness that dwells not in shadows but in the hearts of those who walk among us. Sylvia's story is a chilling reminder that the most terrifying monsters are often human. We've journeyed through 3 tales of horror, each rooted in reality. The Amityville Horror, with its whispers of demonic forces. The Conjuring, a chilling reminder that some places hold on to darkness. And finally, the tragic story of Sylvia Likens, a stark illustration of the evil that can reside within the human heart. These stories remind us that sometimes the most horrifying tales are the ones that are true. Thank you for watching, and remember, reality is often scarier than fiction.